Oh, yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, you just saw the violence. Yes, the destruction of Fenix at the hands of Idra. We're going into the second game right here. Idra was looking in complete control in that entire matchup. Will Fenix be able to start applying the pressure early on and put Idra on the back foot? That's really the only hope, because once Idra gets rolling, that mass, that swarm, is nigh on unstoppable. Nothing was left of Fenix's base after Idra's brutal assault. One attack is all it required. So let's see what exactly happens. We're going into the matchup right now, folks. Get ready. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Shakuras Plateau. The second match in this best of 3 series. I bring you Fenix from Team Fnatic. He's in the red trunks and he'll be playing Terran today versus his opponent, the one and only mighty Idra, in the blue trunks. And he is playing Zerg, and he is, of course, from Team Evil Geniuses. Now, Idra had a commanding win over Fenix in the previous encounter, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if Fenix was looking for a little bit more early aggression, try and pile the pressure onto Idra and try and keep him on the back foot, prevent him from expanding, and try and gain some economic dominance and eventually wear him down. As to whether or not that will work, well, that is questionable. Idra is a very, very strong opponent. He knows exactly what his opponent is doing at all times. It is scary. He's got some kind of precognitive kind of ability. It's a little bit terrifying, folks. The Professor Xavier of the Zerg. Whatever the case, Fenix will no doubt try something a little bit aggressive early on, and we'll find out exactly what that is pretty damn shortly. You'll notice that Fenix is not actually walling off, which is fairly unusual for a Terran player. He'll usually try and wall off against a Zerg opponent. He's got a barracks coming down at the bottom. Could this be leading into a early 2 barracks play? It's pretty common if you put a barracks down there that you go for a second barracks right next to it. Give him a little bit of a shorter run distance with a second SCV coming down, pretty much guaranteed. In the meantime, Idra will be able to expand unmolested for the time being, but I'd be quite concerned about the pressure those Marines can bring in. The question is, can Idra defend against it? And I suppose the answer you've got to give is, if anyone can defend against it, it will no doubt be Idra. There we go. Double barracks coming up, and he will probably try to expand behind that at some point in the game. I can't imagine it'll be too soon, considering the amount of investment he's having to put into the strategy. Already 3 SCVs off the mineral line, and you can clearly see in the top corner right there the difference in terms of the income coming in. Okay, Fenix with the scout right here. He will find Idra's hatchery, and that's to be expected, honestly. It's nothing particularly unusual. It's exactly what you'd expect most Zerg to be doing on this map, and in this scenario, he needs to find his opponent. That is not where his opponent is, absolutely not. 2 more Marines on the way, and an SCV pushing forward as well. We're looking for bunkers. Very real possibility of attempting to contain his opponent by using bunkers at the front of his expansion. The question is, can he pull it off? I would imagine that Idra is already prepared for such an eventuality. There we go, double bunkers coming down right here. That's a very aggressive opening. And Idra already moving in with drones. Drones rolling down here. They need to be here anyway to mine. So here we go. Here's the surround on the SCV. Can he rip him apart? It's what he's looking for. And a Marine to back it up. Unfortunately, 1 Marine will not be enough to stop the mighty, mighty drone advancement. Idra's drones are not remotely happy. They will nibble at the kneecaps. They will bite the legs off. Idra doesn't lose a single drone. Look at that. Amazing micromanagement skill there from Idra. There's the surround. Grabs another SCV. Loses a drone in the process. Not a big deal. However, he's taken out both SCVs, preventing the bunkers from going up. That one was almost complete. If that one was actually up, that would have been critical. Maybe 1 or 2 more seconds would have done it. But look at this. There's the surround from Idra. It's critical, and it is absolutely fantastic. Drilling him against the edge of that ramp right there. No way. Fenix is not going to be allowed to do that one little bit. And Idra now, with 9 Zerglings, he's looking for an immediate counterattack, looking to regain the momentum. He should be able to do that. However, in a straight-up fight, those Marines plus the SCVs will win. Idra will be able to get some valuable scouting information. He's got to expect, with those Marines coming in so early, that his opponent did go for the double barracks. Looks for a surround, doesn't grab one, immediately takes out 1 Zergling, and Idra will need to back off pretty much immediately right now and start to reinforce. That's exactly what he's doing. A spine crawler coming down, a little bit of static defense for him, and I wouldn't be too concerned about anything that Fenix can throw at him once that spine crawler goes up. In the meantime, Fenix is doing nothing else other than pumping out Marines. He's just completed his orbital command center. He has no gas. His income is not looking strong. He's having to prop it up with mules right now. Fenix looks for a push once again. However, if he can't take that down, then he's going to be in big trouble. And Idra looking once again with perfect timing and an amazing surround right there. And those Marines will not live to see another day, torn into shreds by the teeth and claws of that Zergling force. The swarm. The swarm rips him apart. Nothing but blood and guts left on the ground right here. And Idra looking for a counterattack. Now, Fenix is going to have to wall off immediately, otherwise those Zerglings will make their way in there, and they will inflict terrible damage upon the economy. What's left of it of Fenix? There we go. Starts up with the barracks a couple of seconds before Idra's force hits, and he's going to have to back away. Fire coming in from the back, although it seems a little bit impotent right now. He's only got 2 Marines against 10 Zerglings. Nothing will happen there. And in the meantime, you've got to question, what's Idra going to do? Well, he's going to do what Idra always likes to do. In any situation where he feels he can, he will build drones. He will get his economy rolling, and we can look at that. Look at that. It's absolutely fantastic. He is almost double the work account of his opponent, and that's not a situation you want to be in if you happen to be Fenix. Absolutely not. Here comes that command center expanding behind the wall of barracks. A very smart play. Try and get his economy rolling. If he's able to get double orbital command center down, that will certainly help. And he needs it right now. He really does. Look at this. 33 harvesters to 16. More drones on the way for Idra. Idra, if anything, has been known to overdrone every now and again. A couple of matches I've seen he's actually lost because he's built drones at the wrong time, but he seems to have gotten an awful lot better at that now. And bear in mind, the vast majority of the time that he does build drones, he gets it right. Yes, indeed. Okay, Idra looking to run up against that. Once again, nothing's really going to happen. Oh, is he drawing it out of position? He is! Look at that! Draws the Marine out of position, takes it out, and no Zergling lost. Absolutely fantastic play there by Idra once again. And it's the little things, folks. You might think that, oh, it's 1 Marine, it doesn't matter. It all adds up. That is a free kill for him. And if we have a look at the resources lost, Fenix is lagging behind, both in terms of economy and its army count. Double the harvester count right now for Idra. Another spine crawler going down. He's not going to be able to push in there. It's just not going to happen. Idra is in the position he wants to be. He can expand, and that's probably what he'll do very, very soon indeed. He's got Baneling Nest on the way up. He's got a Spire on the way up. He has full map control, and Fenix is locked in his base. The question is, what will Fenix do? Well, he'll do what he should do right now, which is try and come up with some method to attack that doesn't involve losing all his guys. A great way to do that would be an Infernal Pre-Ignite, a Hellion attack. With 2 factories coming down and a tech lab, it's very likely we'll see that, and of course the mobility of the Hellions will play in Fenix's favor. He likes mobility, folks. He likes drops. He likes harassment. He's been unable to really do that right now, which means he's not in his comfort zone, and Idra is rolling ahead quite nicely. Baneling Nest with the speed upgrade on its way. Spire on its way. And once he's able to get the Mutalisks out, he'll gain an awful lot of map control, even more than he already has. Idra with a hatchery at the top of the map right here, and his economy is still looking to be in absolutely fantastic shape. He is streaming ahead of his opponent right now. It is absolutely unbelievable. The income, it's pouring in right now for Idra. Idra just sitting on top of a great pile of money. And what's he going to do with it? Well, he's going to build some Mutalisks. There's no real question about that. Look at that. Look at his income at the top, just streaming in right there, preparing for a Mutalisk attack. Plenty of Zerglings on the field. Baneling speed upgrade almost complete. The ability to morph into Banelings available for Idra right now, and Fenix just not able to do anything. Not yet, anyway. Infernal Pre-Ignite is on the way. Engineering Bay on the way for him as well. He's got to be expecting at this stage of the game that his opponent's going to be bringing Mutalisks onto the field. And Fenix not going to roll out right now with 4. Yes, indeed. 4 Hellions backed up by a force of Marines behind them. The question is, how much damage is he really going to be able to do with them? Look at that. Look at the defense right here. It's extremely solid. Hellions can't really make their way in there, especially not with Mutalisks now on the field. He'll need that Marine backup. In he comes, folks. 6 Mutalisks, and immediately tries to grab those Hellions. He's going to have to move away. Can't get anywhere near that right now. Too many Marines. Concerning, however, Idra still has great map control. In the meantime, we also see an armory coming down for Fenix. Marine upgrades, and of course the mighty Thor to be deployed against the Mutalisk heavy strategy of Idra. However, I'd be concerned as to whether or not he can do any damage with this. Look at this. What has he got? He's got 6 Hellions. He's got 12 Marines on the field. A single Hellion moving out on a scouting expedition. It is almost certainly doomed if he's not careful. Looks for a 4th base. He doesn't find it. Of course, it could be the 3rd base. Idra could have expanded here. He didn't. He expanded over here. So there you go. And that Hellion will be able to spot that. And the question is, can Fenix do anything to it? Oh, wow. There's the swarm, ladies and gentlemen. That Hellion is horribly doomed. There we go. Idra looking for the surround. No Zerglings killed at all. Doesn't even get the 2nd shot off. Idra with perfect execution once again. And he is on fire right now. And not in the Hellion way. 62 harvesters down. His army count is looking exceptionally good. Very, very good indeed. I would be very concerned if I were Fenix right now. I really, really would. A little bit of harassment going on right here. The Mutalisks move in, take a few Marines for free. Not really able to do too much damage to the mineral line, however. Why, you might wonder? Well, missile turrets all over the bloody place. Fenix forced into a defensive position. The last thing that Fenix ever wants to be in. He is not a strong defensive player at all. This is no goodie, folks. This is the guy who likes to get aggressive. He likes to harass. He likes to do drops. He can't do it. He cannot do it. Idra rules the skies right now, and also the ground. 26 Zerglings and 9 Banelings available, with a support of 15 Mutalisks. And honestly, I don't even think that's enough Marines on the ground to deal with a flock of Mutalisks of that caliber. Especially bearing in mind they have +1 weapon upgrade. Takes a missile turret out, takes some Marines out, looks for yet more attacks. Can he get his way in there? Look at that. Excellent control right there by Idra. Can he bring down the refinery? Looks like he will be able to do that. Looks for it. It's in the red. It's on fire right now. Idra driven back once again. In come the Marines trying to drive him away. They cannot stand against this kind of might. Too much firepower being rained down. And here comes the Thor. And perhaps Idra will be forced away now. It's only one Thor, but still, that's a lot of area of effect damage. He doesn't really want anything like that coming his way. Now the question is, what's coming in from Idra right now? Plenty more Mutalisks, ground carapace upgrade, another evolution chamber, more Banelings, huge amounts of Banelings. Looking to bust his way through there, and actually he's in a perfect position to do that because Fenix has broken that wall off, and there really is absolutely nothing he can do about it right now. Mutalisks have pulled back for the time being. He will look for an angle of attack, and that's exactly what he's doing. Rolling across the map, controlling the skies once again. In he comes for yet another bombardment. I wouldn't want to be anywhere near that one. Only a single missile turret against 18 upgraded Mutalisks. Not a chance. A supply depot going to get sniped off right here. Perhaps a supply block. Indeed. That's what happens now for Fenix. That is critical. And Fenix will be forced to either supply drop or to build another supply depot, which will delay the advancement of his forces. Plenty of Thors on the field, but I'd be very worried about this. Look at that, streaming across the map right here. A massive advantage in terms of numbers right here for Idra. It's what he wanted, and he's executed it perfectly. Fenix is not really ready to defend against this at all, but he goes for it anyway. Swarms around. Those Thors, nothing will remain of that force. In come the Banelings. Oh, yes. Have you ever seen a force wiped out so rapidly? I don't know if you have, but that was perfect execution. The detonation, Idra made it look so easy. Fenix did not stand a chance in that particular scenario. Barely any losses for Idra, and a commanding win. 2-0 over the Fnatic Terran player. One of the best Fnatic players in the world, I have to say, in that particular clan. An excellent Terran player. No match for Idra. Idra is on fire right now. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do in the rest of this tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, my name has been TotalBiscuit. You've been watching the IGN Pro League, and I will see you next time.